Bristol Bay, known as America's fish basket, is the world's single largest salmon run and sockeye fishery. It is an economic engine for Alaska, a source of food for local communities, and a global fishing industry averaging 37.5 million fish each year. But for more than 40 years, this pristine salmon ecosystem has been threatened by oil and gas development that could cause irreparable damage. For thousands of years, Alaska Native people have lived and thrived off the bounty of the bay. And for many families in this area, fishing is their life.
In Bristol Bay, fish are first. And if you've talked to many local people out here in the region, fish defines Bristol Bay. We're the salmon capital of the world.
Commercial fishing has been the livelihood of Bristol Bay for the last 135 years. And a lot of times, if you're not involved in a commercial fishery, it's subsistence fish. It's a family affair when the subsistence fish come in. It's tied to our native culture in Bristol Bay.
It's really what glues us together. We want to make sure that our children's children's children will be able to fill their smokehouses no different than I do.
In 1986, in an effort to find a permanent solution to protect Bristol Bay from the threat of offshore oil development, more than 66 Alaska Native and commercial fishing organizations, NGOs, and hundreds of fishermen came together to form the Fish Basket Coalition.
We put conservation first in Bristol Bay. So many times I've heard people say that, boy, I'm rich, my freezers are full. And that's what's important to the people of Bristol Bay. We're not going to trade our environment and our culture.
You've got brown bear, you've got beluga whale, you've got eagles. So you have all of these wildlife in Bristol Bay that come in and feed off of these salmon. So for us, it's what drives Bristol Bay and what makes Bristol Bay so unique in terms of not only is it a salmon capital, but it really feeds this entire ecosystem.
Over the years, the coalition's important message has spread, joined by the voices of thousands of others from across America and around the world. And now we celebrate together as President Obama has announced protection of Bristol Bay from oil and gas development.
You know, I always like to pay tribute to those that have come before me that have worked so hard on this issue. And we really carry the passion about where we live and wanting to keep it how we have it. These are long fights that we've had to protect our salmon, and we're going to continue to protect our salmon.